Hey, hey, everybody, come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Hey, everybody, come on in the room. If you're in here, hey, everybody, I hope you're already in here. Look like I'm having a little difficulties on my side. Come on in the room. We'll be ready in a minute. Come on in. Come on in. Hey, man, how you doing? Yeah, that's fine. Appreciate it. Okay. All right, everybody. Hope everybody doing good. Sorry, we had a couple of little technical difficulties, but we should be in the room. We should be in the room, and we should be live and moving forward uh, with Faith Walker's Bible study. I'm trying to make sure that I see it, and on my Facebook side. So let me make sure. Y'all give me just a second. Just it's what happened when we come back in, and we coming back in live for the first time. This is some of the stuff that we have to face, but we'll get it together. Okay, we'll make sure we get it together. Okay, okay. All right, everybody. I'm gonna go on, and I just pray to God that everything lines up the way that it needs to. I know that I am live on YouTube. All right, I just got the word that I am live on Facebook even though I can't see it. There may be something going on my. There I am. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's come on in and give some hearts and thumbs and all of that stuff as you come on in. Come on in the room and let's give some hearts and thumbs. And you know how we do it. I'm just glad to be back live. My God, I'm glad to be back sitting in this seat and getting ready to give you what the Spirit of the Lord has given to me to give you tonight. If you don't mind, would you go down in the bottom and share it and like and share? If you can hear me loud and clear, come on, give them hearts and thumbs and all of that stuff. Let me know that you hear me loud and clear. Hearts and thumbs. Just hey, we coming back together. I hit a little bump in the road tonight, trying to kick it back off myself. But hey, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Um, I want to talk to us tonight about a few things that look like I just cannot. I couldn't shake it. I wasn't even trying to shake it because I want to hear what the Lord will say to the church, to the people of God, and to the people who are just here tonight, and you're just here to hear what the Lord is saying tonight. I want to talk to you about tonight winning, and how do I win in life. That's just a statement of mine that I just love. I love to tell people go win, keep winning. I love to tell people that they are winners. I love to tell people about winning. Thursday nights when we come together again, it has not changed. Thursday night is still the same. It's a night that we come together and we literally just talk. We talk, and I give a few keys and a few things that may be a blessing in your life, and we just simply have conversation together. And tonight we'll do the same thing. So I'm going to tell you some keys and some things that will help you and I to continue to win as we go through life. One of the things, if you're taking notes tonight, if you're looking to really go back over this and read it some more, you want to write it down and you want to make these statements. One of the ways that we are going to be successful in winning in life is when we, first of all, stop putting too much attention into what others think. When we stop putting too much attention into what others are thinking. Do you hear me? Somebody write that down. Don't put too much attention into what others are thinking. Sometimes we spend too much time trying to fix the unfixable, and we spend too much time trying to address that which has already determined and said, I'm not going to change because the way I feel about you, the way I care about you, and the decision I made on what I'm going to do with you is already solid. And sometimes we spend too much time trying to get people to see it from our standpoint, and they are already blind toward you. They do not care about you, period. And you're trying to get somebody to see it from your standpoint, and you spend too much time engaged in meaningless conversations. There are conversations that should not have that much attention coming from you, too much engagement, too much caring, too much consideration, too many times we spend too much time trying to explain it In the time you're spending explaining it, you could have been developing it. Don't spend more time explaining it than you are spending in the development process. I have too much to do. I have too much to work on. I have too much to accomplish to spend all of my time and all of my developmental time in explanation to non-factors. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So you and I have to get to a point in our life where we are saying, hey, I'm going to move on. I have to continue to move. I have a job to do. I'm working on things. And we must establish the fact that everyone will not care for you. Everyone will not love you. I was in a counseling session a little while ago, and I explained to the person that I was speaking to that there are people who publicly own you, and publicly you are the person, you are the this, you are the that, and publicly they spend time giving you accolades and praise, but privately you don't even see them. Privately, they pop up every now and then. You understand what I'm saying? And you cannot put stock in what they believe, because love is not just a word, it is action. It is action. It's not just an announcement. It is it is action. Do you hear what I'm saying? And what I cannot do is spend too much of my time with people who are not engaged in action. They are engaged in announcements, and they love to appear to be one way with you when in actuality the reality is that they are not. So I cannot concern myself too much with what others think of me. Another way you're going to win in life is that you're going to have to find out, and I will have to find out and make sure that I understand this and you understand this, that I must move in the gifts that God have blessed me with. Anybody typing for me tonight, or y'all done took retirement on me? Anybody typing for me tonight? I must move in the gifts that God have blessed me with. I must move in the gifts that God have blessed me with, because it's hard to do what you do not love. It's hard to consistently do what you do not love. I saw a lady the other day was celebrating a certain amount of years teaching in the educational realm. And she said that she knew from a very early age that she would be a teacher, and how much she loved teaching, loved teaching. If you don't love teaching students, do you know the struggle it's going to be to wake up every morning and go to that school and engage in education with the kids? Do you know how rough that's going to be? Because there is no love. How many things are you doing that are not even the gift that God bless you with? Do you even know the gifts that God has blessed you with? Are you operating in areas that God have not appointed you to do? What I love about God is he never give anybody everything, but he gives everybody something. And what we have to discover in life is we have to discover what is the gift that I have, what is in me to do, because it's God, the one who wants to work in you both to will and to do his good pleasure in your life. I love preaching. I love teaching. It's not a burden to me. It's a joy to me. It's not so heavy on me. I love to be able to teach and preach in the flavor that God has blessed me to preach and teach in. I love it. When you find that place of doing what you love and what you've been called to do, then guess what? You're going to win in every area of your life because you're not doing it out of struggle. You're doing it out of pleasure. It is my pleasure. Another way we are going to win in life is if we decide or if we learn how to do this. Somebody type this one for me. Cultivate self-discipline. When we cultivate self-discipline, when we discipline ourselves and we get to a point where, hey, hey, you're not going to pull me out of character. You're not going to make me be who I am not. I'm not going to be you. Even though I probably could be a better you than you trying to be, I'm not going to allow you to pull me out of character. I have to have self discipline. Every statement does not deserve your reply. Everything someone say does not deserve you turning around saying, well, I got something to say. I want to say something. I want to say something. No, every statement does not, does not call for your reply. So you have to cultivate. Now, in order to cultivate something, listen at this, you cannot cultivate what you are not paying attention to. So when you cultivate, it means that you are constantly checking on it. If a garden is growing and you're cultivating a garden, you have to be the one to go in there and pull the weeds out. Make sure that this is straight. Make sure that that is straight because you want it to grow. And in order for it to grow, you have to pay attention to it. So every now and then, guess what you have to do? You have to sit down and evaluate your own life. Check your own disciplines. Check your own standards, your own methods, your own way of doing things, and cultivate it. Pull the weeds out of it. Move that out the way. Say to yourself, if I do this, that is going to happen. If I let that slide, that's going to slide. If I don't do what Bonnie Fife told Andy Griffith, if I don't nip that in the bud, I'm giving it permission to grow. Somebody type this. Yeah, somebody type this for me. I want to see how I want to put it, but I want you to get your hands ready. Let me see how I want to put this. Anything that I refuse to cultivate, I cannot complain about how it grew. I'm sorry, I had a little, I'm trying to get the right words together. Somebody type that for me. Anything that I refuse to cultivate, I have no right to complain about how it grew. I allowed it to go in that direction. I allowed you to treat me that way. I allowed you to run over me like that. And because I allowed you to do that, then I have no right to turn around. And in the midst of that, I have no right to turn around and determine or to decide that, hey, I'm now mad because that took place in my life. Well, I allowed it to happen. I set it up, and when I set it up, this is what happened. Somebody hear what I'm saying now. You hear what I'm saying? You hear what I'm saying? You the one left the gate open, so why now would you sing a song, Who Let the Dogs Out? Why would you do that when you are the one that cultivated it? You did not cultivate it. You allowed it to take place. And anything that you tolerate, you cannot change. If you tolerate it, you cannot change it. So you have to get to a point where I'm going to make sure that I have this in line in my life to pull the weeds out and to make sure that that is out so that I will not spend my life in a life of what? Of frustration. All right. All right. The next thing is, and I'm about through, you have to create real goals to achieve what you want. If you're going to succeed, you have to you have to create real goals, not this fictitious stuff that you yourself know that it will take you God knows how long to develop that, if you ever will develop that, because it's too far-fetched and it's too out of reach. You and I have to get to a point where we can cultivate some realistic goals and create realistic goals in our life that we are trying to reach, and then say to myself, how am I going to get there? Not only where am I going, but how am I going to get there? We left for New Orleans for Full Gospel Conference a few weeks ago, and me and my wife, we discussed and we determined what vehicle are we going to take. Then guess what else? What time are we going to leave? And with me is where we gonna stop and get something to eat on the journey. And then we knew what hotel we were gonna be in because we had the confirmation numbers and made the reservation. We knew how many days we would be there. Then we discussed what time will we leave coming back from there. And again, where will we stop to eat? And then what time we are expected to get back into the city of Birmingham, which means if all of these things fall in line, then guess what ends up happening? We should reach our goal. Now, if I had said to her, we need to be in New Orleans by 12 noon, and then I turn around and tell her we're going to leave at 8 o'clock, or we're going to leave at 9 o'clock. Unrealistic. It's unrealistic to be able to drive to New Orleans in 2.5 to 3 hours. That's unrealistic. There are a lot of times that we are putting unrealistic things on ourselves, and it's causing frustration because you say in the next 30 days, I'm going to lose 50 pounds. Unrealistic, unrealistic, unrealistic. And when we do not do it, then guess what we end up doing? We begin to get frustrated with ourselves. And when we become frustrated with ourselves, then the goal itself goes all the way out the window. All right. The last thing that I'll say tonight in this area of you winning in life and succeeding in life, the last thing, somebody write this down for me, be willing to adapt to change. Be willing to adapt to what? To change. Be willing to adapt to change. There are times when things will simply change. Even though I have a plan, and even though I plan out the trip for New Orleans, I planned the trip. We planned it. We said and we planned the trip. If we leave at such and such time, and while we stop here, if we stay in there no longer than 45 minutes to an hour, if we do this, if we've already gassed up, if we do this, if we do that, then guess what? We should get in that city at this time. But guess what? We never factored in. We never factored in that on that road to New Orleans, there could be an accident, and from 70 or 75 miles an hour, you're now down to 10 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour, and sometime at a standstill because there's been an accident on the road. You didn't factor in the accidents of life. And then another thing we did not factor in, and that is the change of weather. We did not factor in the change of weather, that while you are going between Birmingham to New Orleans, a storm could come. And the storm could come, and as fast as you calculated you making it, the storms of life make you slow down, and you can't run 80 miles an hour in the midst of the storm. So I have to slow down. And if I slow down, guess what I have to learn how to do? Adapt. I got to adapt to the fact that this wreck is here. And because some of us do not have adaptability, we live too much in frustration. We're frustrated because things are not flowing the way we think and our plans and our mindset that it should be this way and it should be that way. Adaptability, God forbid that on the way, the place I had picked out to eat, God forbid it had gone out of business or it was closed. You understand what I'm saying? What would we do? Would we decide we're not gonna eat at all because that place is shut down? I don't even want that. I don't even come on, child. You better eat. You better eat lest you faint in the way, lest you fall out. So guess what you have to do? You have to adapt. Adapt. Anyone who refuses to adapt and adjust will end up in destruction because everything don't go the way you plan. Everything doesn't go the way that you laid it out, even though you need to lay it out and you should lay it out and you should structure as much of it as you can, but you still need to have adaptability. I remember when I was pastoring in a church this way, this kind of setup, that when I got ready to go somewhere, I had to put in to them how much the room cost, this, that. I had to present to them just itemized budget to the T, but at the bottom I would also put at the bottom $500, and beside $500 I would put unforeseen occurrences. Unforeseen occurrences. So I was sitting in a deacon meeting, and the deacon said, I want to ask you something because I'm tired of seeing this. What does unforeseen occurrences mean? Explain to me, what is an unforeseen occurrence? I said, well, Brother Deacon, with all due respect, the answer for that is in the first words, unforeseen. If I could explain it to you, it would be foreseen. Unforeseen is things that happen along the way that I have absolutely nothing that I can be in control of. Unforeseen occurrences is while I'm gone, the building catch on fire, tornado come through here, tear the building up, and now I need to change my plane ticket because I need to get back to this place. It's unforeseen. If nothing unforeseen takes place, when I come back, the money is placed right there. If it is foreseen, unforeseen, and it occurs, you have every bit of the receipts. Life is filled with unforeseen occurrences. Prepare yourself for unforeseen occurrences. A pipe will leak, the roof will leak, the stove will go out, the refrigerator will stop working, the air will stop blowing, the tires will go down on the car, problems with the motor, problems with this, unforeseen occurrence. The children will wait to the last minute to tell you that they need something by Friday, and today is Thursday. Unforeseen occurrences will happen, but unforeseen occurrences in life will teach you adaptability. You will learn how to adapt and stop letting stuff throw you off course, throw you off of the train of life, and now you are in the last curve of your difficulty, laying out in the grass and on the rocks because you could not handle adaptability, because you couldn't change. Hey, I love every one of y'all. I'm glad to be on here tonight. I'll come back here next week if you promise me that you'll join me next week. If you promise me that you'll join me next week, give me some hearts, give some thumbs. If this has blessed your life, come on, give some hearts and thumbs. Come on, come on, come on, give hearts and thumbs. Hearts and thumbs, come on. Hearts and thumbs, hearts and thumbs. I want to say to everybody who's on here, we in this building live every Sunday morning. If I'm your pastor, I'm your leader. I shouldn't have to beg you to get to the house of God. I'm your leader. I've asked you to come to the house of God. Get in the place where the word is being given. Stop just making the word convenient for you, for me to bring it just to where you are when you can get up and come to the house of God. Those of you that can't make it, I understand. But for those of you that can make it everywhere else, make it to church on Sunday. Get back where you're supposed to be. I love every one of you. Hey, this Sunday is getting ready to be an exciting time at our church starting Sunday. I'm so happy. I start a series Sunday entitled From the Head to the Hem. From the head to the hem. I want to show you how flow is supposed to consistently be in your life, consistently be in the church, and God anoints that head, your head, and it flows down to everything connected to you. I want to preach it now. Join me Sunday morning, 9 o'clock. We have some of the most amazing people working here at Faith Walkers, from their parking lot ministry to the greeters, to the musicians, to the people in the church. Even while I was teaching tonight, nobody usually being here on Thursday nights, but if you heard a beep a couple of times, all of a sudden our musicians done showed up tonight. Musicians showed up tonight. I mean, they've been here 2 nights already this week, and they're in here tonight. And I wouldn't doubt whether they'll be back before the week is over, because their excitement is like my excitement, and everything is fitly joining together. You want to come by Faith Walkers on Sunday morning at 9 a.m. We're not the only church in town, but we're a pretty good place to be. I'm telling you, and we're not going to keep you all day. The Holy Ghost is going to move. Deliverance is going to take place. The word is going forth. Amazing singing, amazing ushers, amazing greeters, amazing people are working in this ministry. And I'm asking you to come join us. Then Sunday at 4 o'clock, the district fellowship, the Metro District Fellowship will meet at Faith Walkers Church. So you'll have singing from all over the city of Birmingham and Tuscaloosa. They will be in this place Sunday at 4 o'clock. And Pastor Lorenzo Huggins will be preaching the word of God. Our overseer is Overseer Eric Harris of Agape Ministry. He will be here. Our state bishop will be in the place, Bishop Jonathan Woods. I'm telling you, it's just going to be phenomenal. Make your way here Sunday. Come on out. Let's have a good time. Hey, thank you for the time you've given me tonight. I'm not going to even emphasize. I'm not going to, let me see, I'm not finna push it and make you do it. I'll just put it on the screen. If you're led to do it, every man as he purpose in his heart, so let him give. If the word has blessed you, there are the ways to give at the bottom of the screen. Again, I'm telling you, you are a winner. I'm telling you that winning is on your life. You cannot serve a winning God and continue to lose. That doesn't even go together. Come on. Winning is on your life. Succeeding is on your life. Victory is on your life. Overcoming is on your life. And all I need you to do is get it in your spirit and get ready now to walk it out by faith. All right? I love every one of you. See you back here next Thursday night, same time, same station, same place. Bring your same notes so I can give you some more to add to it. And the next thing is Sunday morning in the house. I look to see you. And if you can't join us because you're at work or you're sick or whatever, join us on YouTube and join us on Facebook, Faith Walkers Church. All right. Love every one of you. Have a great night. Walk it out by faith.